Donald Trump, welcome back to Meet the Press.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for being here. You are the first president since Grover Cleveland to win non-consecutive terms. Republicans now have control of the House and the Senate.
Right.
What do you plan?
All thanks to the Democrats. Oh, thank y'all Democrats for being so dumb and ruining the country for 4 years. Thank y'all.
To accomplish in your first 100 days in office?
Well, we're going to do something with the border, and very strong, very powerful. That'll be our first signal, and the first signal to America that we're not playing games.
Get on out of here, migrants. Tom Homan is coming for you.
We have people coming in by the millions, as you know, and a lot of people shouldn't be here. Most of them shouldn't be here, but we have jails being emptied into our country. We have mental institutions from all over the world being emptied into our country. So
Talk it, Trump.
We'll be doing that. We're going to be extending within that period, or as soon as we can, the Trump tax cuts, because, you know, they're coming due and they're very substantial for people. And
Whew. That was a close one there, Trump. Yeah, them tax cuts almost ran out on us, man. I'm in real estate, so I like to use a lot of tax deductions and things like that. And I'm not rich, so I just know how to play. I know how to play a little bit of the game. And some of Trump's tax cuts. Thank you. Thank you. I'm sorry about that, y'all. Let's continue.
it would be very, I think it will anger a lot of people, frankly, if we don't get an extension of that. That's what led us to one of the greatest economies ever. And those two things are going to be very vital, very important. We're going to be focusing on crime in the cities, and we'll work with Democrat governors. Most of them are, as you know, if you look at the 25 worst places, they're just...
Absolutely. Johan, I'm sorry, I just see your chat. Yes, that was another big misstep, was not going on the Joe Rogan podcast, along with not getting RFK Jr. to go onto her campaign so that she can get those votes from him. So many missteps that she made. What an idiot. Instead, she went on Shannon Sharp's to get the world's worst dislike button record on a video. Sorry, back to Trump.
Just about all Democrat-controlled cities and states, and we're going to be working with Democrat governors and Democrat mayors, and I look forward to doing it, but we have to do something about crime, and mostly in our cities, and we're going to have a lot of other things. We'll be working on nominations. We're going to still be working on some nominations. I think they're going very well.
All right, I'm going to skip around a little bit.
We have, for the most part, I think they're going almost $300 billion.
Drive up prices for their consumers. How do you make sure that these CEOs, that these companies don't, in fact, pass on the cost of tariffs to their consumers?
They cost Americans nothing. They made a great economy for us. They also solve another problem. If we were going to have problems,
right here. I don't know if you remember this, but during the debate in 2020, I asked you if you would raise the minimum wage. You said you would consider it. And so my question for you is, now that you are going back to the White House, for these 19 states that voted for you, are you going to raise the federal
It's a very low
wage?
number. I will agree. It's a very low number. Let me give you the downside, though. Yeah. In California, they raised it up to a very high number. I was
just going to say, like, isn't it like $19 or $20 right now in California?
Restaurants,
and they got high cost of living.
Going out of business all over the place. The population is shrinking. It's had a very negative impact. But there is a level at which you could do it, absolutely. Yeah.
What is that level, do you
I don't know. I mean, I really don't know. I can say this. You have a lot of businesses that are open and thriving because of the lower minimum wage. If you raise it too much, and you understand this, if California went crazy, they went crazy. And people, the restaurants are closing all over. Many more people are hurt.
So I hear you saying, similarly to sort of what you said in 2020, will you consider? Is this something you're going to look at?
I'd want to speak to the governors. And the other thing that's very complicated about minimum wages is places are so different. Mississippi and Alabama and great.
All right. So, yeah, I'm just kind of skipping around here, y'all. There's one part I want to get to, but I haven't seen this entire interview, and this is his first one since he won the election.
The average person sees around 10.
Oh, yeah. But Joe Biden, he won in the basement, but That's because it was COVID, man. They get away with a lot of BS, which they did.
Just to deport 1 million people per year, not to mention more agents, more judges, more planes. Is it realistic to deport everyone who's here illegally?
Choice. No, it's not realistic to deport everybody, but we got to get the majority of them out. Why the hell do y'all want these criminals in our country so bad? I don't understand y'all. Meaning Democrats, why do y'all not?
First of all, they're costing us a fortune. But we're starting with the criminals, and we got to do it. And then we're starting with others, and we're going to see how it goes.
Who are the others?
Others are other people outside of criminals. We have convicted murders. We don't mean people that are even on trial. We have people that have murdered numerous people are on our streets and in our farms, and we have to get them out of our country.
What about dreamers, sir? Dreamers who were brought to this country.
Oh, my God. Why do they do this? Why do they do this? Meaning, why do they act like there's not bad apples that are migrants? Why do they act like this is not costing us over $150 billion for the entire migrant situation? Why do they move the goalposts and say, but what about the dreamers? If they did not come here legally, they gotta go. Goodbye. Vamos. Adios. Arrivederci. Be gone. We don't care if you come here illegally. Why does it make sense for us to incentivize the people that come here legally then? Everybody should just come here illegally if that's the part. We don't care. If you're here illegally and you cross the border without being vetted, you have to go. This is common sense, which I'm glad is back in the White House. Thank God.
Illegally as children. You said once back in 2017, they, quote, shouldn't be very worried about being deported. Should they be worried now?
The dreamers are going to come later, and we have to do something about the dreamers because these are people that have been brought here at a very young age, and many of these are middle-aged people now. They don't even speak the language of their country. And yes, we're going to do something about the dreamers.
What does that mean? And what are you going to do?
I will work with the Democrats on a plan, and if we can come up with a plan, but the Democrats have made it very, very difficult to do anything. Republicans are very open to the dreamers. The dreamers, we're talking many years ago, they were brought into this country, many years ago. Some of them are no longer young people, and in many cases, they become successful. They have great jobs. In some cases, they have small businesses. Some cases, they might have large businesses. And we're going to have to do something with them. And
you want them to be able to stay. That's what you're saying.
I do. Okay. I want to be.
That's what it sounds like he's saying, Christian, whatever, Kristen. But we get that. Okay, great. We're just talking about migrants who have entered this country, definitely within the last 4 years, illegally. Let's just stick to this point, right? Shout out to Brittany. I see you. I'll read your comment here in a second.
Be able to work something out. And it should have been able to be worked out over the last 3 or 4 years. And it never got worked out. You know,
make sure you hit the like button
because he controlled, Congress to a certain extent, right? He could have done something, but they didn't do it.
Here's the thing, right? So if they've been here and whatever, they've been here, and like I said, if they're pretty much middle-aged people or whatever, then there's going to have to be a process for them to get vetted if they don't have themselves some form of citizenship. Okay? They don't have to get deported, but if they have some type of criminal record, they're going to have to be looked at very, 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 very closely. Okay? Now, all we're talking about are criminals and people that entered here within the last 4 years. They got to go. There's nothing around that. So I think Trump is being reasonable with that. He's just saying, hey, listen, we'll look into people that were here as dreamers. He said, and he's a businessman. Hey, if they've been paying their taxes and this and that, cool, they can probably stay. But if they've been here and they've just been, eating off of our system, they're probably going to have to go.
This policy where kids are
if you call
separated.
That, yeah.
All right, they're still talking about the migrants.
I'm doing what I...
Let me read Brittany's comment. Brittany says, Trump needs to get back the ball that he had to post. Oh, bail? Is that bail? Yeah, bail that he had to post in Georgia through foster bail bonds. It would be embarrassing to have someone running for a country while he's out on bail for $200,000. Yeah, you talking about the whole DOJ, man.
I just told you.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it'd be all right as long as he's not in jail. As long as he's not in jail, that's all we care about. Which he's not going.
I'm going to do. You know, I don't want to send the family out. I don't want to send anybody out. But I'll tell you, we have to, because otherwise we have no country. If we don't have borders, and if we don't have voting, good voting, fair voting, do you know they're still counting votes in San Diego, California? Listen, they're still counting the votes. This is almost 4 weeks. They're still counting the votes. If we don't have fair elections and honest voting and machines that work quickly, you know, if you had paper ballots, every election will be over by 10 o'clock in the evening.
So, let me ask you.
You understand what I'm saying?
Let me, before we get
and you get a much more accurate count.
Before we get to all of that, let me ask you about some of your other promises on this topic. You've promised to end birthright citizenship on day one. Is that still your plan?
Yeah, absolutely.
The 14th Amendment, though.
Trump got balls. He got balls. He said, yes. Yes. Any other questions? Anything else? No. Good. He's standing on business. What's going on, BX Mail? We just watching Trump stand on business right now. You know, I haven't seen all this, so I'm kind of skipping around a little bit. But I'm just watching this man stand on business right now. That's all we seeing, man. Normal stuff. Normal Trump shenanigans.
Though says that, quote, all persons born in the United States are citizens. Can you get around the 14th Amendment with an executive action?
We're going to have to get a change. We'll maybe have to go back to the people, but we have to end it with the
Supreme Court.
No, we got.
Listen, doesn't it actually feel good to they ask a question, he answers a question. Oh, God. Oh, yes. He actually answered the question. He gave, are you going to end birthright citizenship? Yes. Gotcha. Ask Kamala Harris this question. Would you end birthright citizenship? Well, you know, they just sold oranges yesterday. And, you know, I didn't think it was right to sell oranges on a Sunday. It's like, whoa. Can we get an answer? Trump, yes. Like, goodness. All right, let's go. Sorry about that, y'all.
Of a surprising opinion, to be honest with you. If it would have been overturned, we would have had much better health care right now. But right now, we have some.
I want to get to it's about the political opponents question.
Very early for a Republican especially. And I think they will I'll probably stay with exactly.
Campaigned on destroying the deep state. Do you want Kash Patel to launch investigations into people on that list?
No, I mean, he's going to do what he thinks is right.
Do you think that's right? Do you think that's right, sir?
If they think that somebody was dishonest or crooked or a corrupt politician, I think he probably has an obligation to do it. But
are you going to direct him to do it?
No, not at all. Not at all. We have two great people there. We have him and we have Pam. And Pam Bondi has been like a rocket ship. She's very popular and very good and very fair. And Kash Patel is very fair. I'll tell you, I thought...
He just said no. He said that he wouldn't, right? Now, they can do what they want to do. Again, you just said it here, Mel, right? No word salad detected. He just said, no, I'm not going to direct them to go after political opponents or whatever. But if they feel like they've committed a crime, they can do what they want. Are they going to run this on CNN where he says no, even though they have been talking about this for literally months now? Please continue there, Trump.
I thought Kash may be difficult because he's, a strong conservative voice. And I don't know of anybody that's not singing his praises. The other day I was watching, and Trey Gowdy, who's a moderate person and very smart and very respected in the party, he's Kash's biggest fan. He said, this is the most misunderstood man in politics. He's great. I guess they worked together on the Russia hoax or something. And Trey Gowdy became a fan. Trey Gowdy. Everybody respects him. And, just like him, others also. I don't know of one negative vote. I don't think he's going to have any negative votes.
Is it your expectation, though, that Kash Patel will pursue investigations against your political enemies?
No, I don't think so.
She just asked that question, though.
Want to see that happen?
If they were crooked, if they did something wrong, if they have broken the law, probably they went after me. You know, they went after me, and I did nothing wrong.
Well, let me ask you this: you said President Biden, quote, that you're going to appoint a real special prosecutor to go after Joe Biden. You said that
Where
during
did I say that?
the campaign.
Where?
You said that on Truth Social, June 12th, 2023. I will appoint a real special prosecutor to go after the most corrupt president in the history of the United States, Joe Biden, and the entire Biden crime family. Are you going to do that? Are you going to go after Joe Biden?
I'm really looking to make our country successful. I'm not looking to go back into the past. I'm looking to make our country successful. Retribution.
Let's go, Trump! Let's go, Trump! Let's go! Because they are trying to pin it on this guy to say he wants to go after him. He said, you know what? And I'm reading his mind. I can if I want to. But, why? Why? He's probably going to pardon himself on the way out anyway. Let's play chess, right? Let's play chess and not checkers. It's probably not even worth it. He's already kind of like admitted to guilt without admitting to it. I want to focus on the American people. Let's go, Trump. And now she can't ask that question again. She shouldn't. Let's go.
Past. I'm really looking to make our country successful. I'm not looking to go back into the past. I'm looking to make our country successful. Retribution will be through success. If we can make this country successful, that would be my greatest. That would be such a great achievement. Bring it.
They weren't ready for this Trump. Nah, she wasn't ready for this Trump. They wanted this outrageous, unhinged is the word they like to use, Trump. And he's like, listen, cool, you know, I'm not with all that. I'm not with all that. I got an agenda. Let's get these migrants out. Let's get this economy back on track. I got more stuff to worry about than trying to go after Joe Biden, than trying to go after my political opponent. I have an entire mess that I have to fix that has been shitted upon us for the last 4 years. I have to fix this. Shout out to Trump. Shout out to Trump. Retribution is through success. Meaning, if he does such a good job, what they're talking about now, man, ain't nobody gonna be talking about that. They're gonna be talking about Trump brought us back and put us in position to be successful. Gas is lower. You know, groceries are back. America's healthier again. They're not going to be talking about him going after Joe Biden. They're going to be talking about his legacy.
Get back. We have a country now that's overridden with crime, that has millions of people that shouldn't be here, that should be in prisons in other countries, that should be in mental institutions. We have drug lords being dropped into our country and told never go back to their country. I'm looking to make our country great. I'm looking to bring prices down because, you know, I won on two things, the border and more than immigration. You know, they like to say immigration. I break it down.
Thank you, Healers Healer. I have told so many people this exact same thing where I said, well, he had so much evidence and could have went after Hillary Clinton for 4 years and he didn't because it didn't mean nothing. He didn't do it with Hillary, but so stop making this a topic to be like, oh my gosh, he's going to go after Joe Biden. He didn't go after Hillary. You know what? I think that they go through their spits and spats like a boxer. They talk their mess. They fight. And when the fight is over, a winner is declared. Trump is the winner. And he's like, all right, cool. That was all a part of the fight. Now let me get back to business. And I think the whole Joe Biden, you know, go after him, special counsel, all a part of the fight. All to promote the fight. And now he's back to business.
More to the border. But I went on the border and I went on groceries. It's a very simple word, groceries. Like almost, you know, who uses the word? I started using the word, the groceries. When you buy apples, when you buy bacon, when you buy eggs, they would double and triple the price over a short period of time. And I won an election based on that. We're going to bring those prices way down.
I want to pause here because what you're saying is significant. Because you wrote on Truth Social in 2023 that you're going to appoint a real special prosecutor to go after Joe Biden. Now you're saying you're not going to do that.
Jane's
He
a
just
sales
said
genius
that,
and
man.
closes deals all day.
What the hell is
But
wrong
it
with her
wasn't
ears?
always like this. She used to
My bad,
dial
bro.
prospects without mojo. Her
Come on,
thumb
man. What
mileage was through the roof. But worst of all,
the heck? All right.
I will say this. No, I'm not doing that unless I find something that I think is reasonable. But that's not going to be my decision. That's going to be Pam Bondi's decision, and to a different extent, Kash Patel, assuming they're both there. And I think they're both going to get approved. But while you ask me that, what they've done to me with weaponization is a disgrace.
We'll get to some of that,
No,
sir.
no, wait.
No. Let's talk about that right now. See, I can't stand people like that. So you throw the rock and you want to hold your hand. When you're bringing up the entire political opponent thing because it was done against Trump. And so he just mentioned, hey, I could do the same thing to Biden. And he's trying to say, well, it happened to me. Let me tell you about my experience with it. No. We're going to get to it. No, we're going to talk about it right now. And every single one of them have failed. The New York case is about to be thrown out. Fonnie Willis don't know what the hell she's doing down there in Georgia. She about to damn near lose her license messing around with this case. So that one's about to get dismissed. Letitia James, who sounds horrible, sounds like a man. I'm going to continue to go after Donald Trump no matter what. But you're going to lose. It's a losing case. Every single one of them have lost. And he's paid off whoever he needed to pay off in every single case. And he's still standing strong. And it was all done from Joe Biden's DOJ. That's it. And now y'all are scared that he could potentially do the same thing that you did to him, but worse. Because Trump is a thinker. He makes it make sense. And he could do more damage than Joe Biden.
Without the other. In the history of our country, nothing like this has ever happened. And I've won these cases. I've won every one, and the rest are in the process of being won. Deranged Jack Smith is on his way back to The Hague, where he can execute people. This is where he should have stayed. I think he's dangerous even being there. But I'll tell you what they've done to me in terms of weaponization, indictments, impeachments, and everything else. And in the end, it probably helped me because I got the biggest vote, the most votes any Republicans ever gotten in history.
Pam Bondi talks about investigating the investigators. Do you want her to investigate Jack Smith?
I want her to do what she wants to do.
Do you want to see Jack Smith investigated?
Well, I think he's very corrupt, but I want her to do whatever she has to do.
Are you going to direct her to prosecute Jack Smith?
She's a very smart person. She was a great...
She can do what she wants to do. So if they feel that they need to go after it, then let them do so. Trump is telling you that his focus is not on that. But it seems like the Democrats are, because they seem to be a little scared. Hey, are you going to tell on us? Hey, I know that we went out here and we did this together, but are you going to tell on us? Are you going to tell on me? Or are you going to take the heat? Because if you're going to take the heat, take it. We don't want to be in trouble. These sound like little children that are scared that, oh my gosh, we may get exposed. Oh, it's coming. Your ass whooping is coming, ma'am and sir, in Democratic Party. It's coming.
Attorney General in Florida. She's very experienced. I want her to do what she wants to do. I'm not going to instruct her to do it now.
Sir, are you going to fire the current FBI director, Christopher Wray, who you appointed?
Well, I can't say I'm thrilled with him.
Why are they talking to him like a child? Hey, make sure y'all hit the like button on the way inside, by the way. Hit the like button. Why are they talking? Why does she keep talking to him about, are you going to do this? Are you going to do this for, stop talking to him about all this stuff and talk about what Americans care about. This is exactly why you guys lost the election. Because y'all talking about stuff that we as Americans don't give a damn about. We don't give a damn if he wants to go after Joe Biden and all them, which, we don't care for him to do so. Fine. They did it to him. What the hell do you expect somebody to do when they keep smacking and hitting you for 4 years? What do you want them to do? Huh? What do you want them to do? Right? I think Trump's going to take the bigger road and do whatever, but if they feel like they need to investigate, let them investigate. Can we talk about Americans' issues here? This is why Democrats lost.
He invaded my home. I'm suing the country over it. He invaded Mar-a-Lago. I'm very unhappy with the things he's done. And crime is at an all-time high. Migrants are pouring into the country that are from prisons and from mental institutions, as we've discussed. I can't say I'm thrilled. I don't want to be Joe Biden and give you an answer and then do the exact opposite.
We're going to talk about
so
that.
I'm not going to do that.
Boom!
What I'm going to say is I certainly cannot be happy with him. You take a look at what's happened. And then when I was shot in the ear, he said, "Oh, maybe it was shrapnel. Where's the shrapnel coming from? Is it coming from heaven? I don't think so." So we need somebody to straighten. I have a lot of respect for the FBI, but the FBI's respect has gone way down over the last number of years.
Don't you have to fire him in order to make room for Kash Patel if he is in fact confirmed?
Well, I mean, it would sort of seem pretty obvious that if Kash gets in, he's going to be taking somebody's place, right? And somebody is the man that you're talking about.
Okay.
That's
Let's talk about Project 2025. This is the conservative
What the
policy
hell?
blueprint. You disavowed it during the campaign. You called it a product of the...
What the fuck? See, I haven't seen this. Why are we talking about Project 2025? Do y'all not know how outdated that talking point is? What the hell are y'all talking about? The man already said Project 2025 in the debate. It's not a part of me. I don't want to know about it. I don't want to read about it. It's not my agenda. And I keep seeing people like Dumb Joy Reid still talk about it. Because y'all don't have nothing to run on. Dog, this is so tiring, bro. They don't understand everything that they have done is why this man has won. Everything that they have done to this man is why he has won. Why he's more polarizing is because of what they've done to him. And here comes Project 2025 again, which we don't even know where the hell that came from. We don't even know why y'all want to attach that to him. What was Kamala Harris's agenda? A whole lot about nothing. That was her agenda.
The radical right. You've said some of their ideas were abysmal.
I said some of it is. Some of it is very good. Some of it's very mainstream, actually. Frankly, the Democrats should have used some of it because they went, with all the transgender that they were doing and with the men playing in women's sports. Well, if they wouldn't have done that, maybe they would have done better.
Well, so you take me to my question. You're now giving people involved in Project 2025 prominent roles in your administration. Are you changing your mind about Project 2025? No. Is this now the policy blueprint for the second Trump administration?
No. Some people, if you take a look at the group, it was hundreds of people were involved. And I was actually, I reprimanded the whole group. I said, you shouldn't have placed this document in front of the voters because I have nothing to do with it and I'm the one that's running. You had no right to do this where you put a 1,000-page document in front. And many of those things I disagree with. Now, many of those things I happen to agree with. Many of those things Democrats should have agreed to. And I think they would have done much better in the election because they got slaughtered.
Well, I guess people see the list, Russ, vote.
What a jerk. What a damn jerk. Oh, Trump. Oh, this is going to be an entertaining 4 years. Thank you. Oh, man. He said they got slaughtered. I can see Trump right now sitting back on election night like, Trump just won Georgia. Trump just won North Carolina. You know how Trump do that little smile like, yeah, told you. Told you. Trump has won Michigan. Pennsylvania. Told you. Like, I can see him just sitting back, just making a smirk the entire election night. Oh, I'm sorry about that, y'all. Let's get back to it.
They've done much better in the election because they got slaughtered.
Well, I guess people see the list: Russ Vought, Brendan Carr, Peter Navarro, John Ratcliffe, Pete Hoekstra, Monica Crowley, and they think these are all of the people who were involved in or writing Project 2025. This must be a blueprint for work requirements, eliminating the Head Start program, criminalizing pornography. Is that what we can expect?
Criminalizing pornography? Really? Like pornography, you really want that everywhere? We don't need that.
I don't know how they voted. I don't know. I never spoke to them actually about it. And I purposely, and I told you, normally it would be just the opposite. I'd review every page. I purposely didn't even want to see it. Because when somebody like you asked me a question about Project 2025, I can honestly say I've never seen it. I have nothing to do with it. I didn't read it. But I did hear some things in there that I would totally disagree with. And I said to the people that were really the people behind it, you know who those people are? I said, you really had no right doing this to me because they used it as a soundbite, the Democrats. And I don't know, it couldn't have been too effective because they got slaughtered, but they did use it as a soundbite.
But to people who see, oh, he's bringing in all of these people from Project 2025, he must
Democrats
know what it
are
is.
saying.
Well,
you know
what? I don't know what it is. No, I don't know what it is.
You still don't know
but
what
I
it
heard
is? All these
certain
people
things
are
that I
coming
didn't
in from
like.
your-
And by the way, I heard certain things that are phenomenal. Okay?
Like what?
Like law and order. We want law and order. Okay? Little things like, let's put prisoners in jail. Let's not let people come out and raid every drugstore in Manhattan so that we have to put glass up and every store is going out of business.
Let me ask you about something you've referenced a couple of times in this interview. I asked you last time we sat down for an interview if you were going to pardon yourself. You said no.
This will be the last. This is the last question, y'all. See, I didn't watch it, so I guess I'm watching it with y'all. I hope y'all are enjoying it a little bit or enjoying it. Please hit the like button on the way inside. This will be the last question, and then I'll go to my next segment. But shout out to Trump, bro. Like, standing on business. This is a president. This is a. Can we give a round of applause and some hand claps in the chat? This is a president right here, yo. I'm gonna chat it myself, man. Let me type this in. It was a hand clap. You throw a hand clap in the damn chat, man, because Trump, man. That's what I'm talking about, man. Feel good to be like, yeah, stand on business. You know, he can answer a tough question. I'm not scared of him actually answering a question.
But now that President Biden has pardoned his son, Hunter, are you reconsidering? Might you pardon yourself?
Honey Post completely changed how I do business. I'm a photographer and independent business. It's a fact. Running your own.
He already pardoned himself.
I didn't do anything wrong. I was given the option. And the lawyers told me, a very specific lawyer, I don't have to go into who, but very high up in the administration said, sir, if you pardon yourself, you're going to look guilty. And you did nothing wrong. Oh, I had that option. I could have saved myself a lot of legal fees. But it turned out that I was right. Look at what's gone on. Everything's being dropped. I still have a Fonnie Willis, a total hoax. That's a total hoax. It's all being dropped. It's all been discredited. It's been dropped. There are those people that say, and this would be the first time in history, that all of those fake indictments, they were going after a political opponent. There are those that say that I actually did better in the election because of it. Now, that would be a first. I think you would agree, because normally that's like you go back to the microphones, you say, I'm leaving right now. I will leave office. I'm going back to my family and I will fight for my name. Well, I had to fight for my name in public
for 4 years
because I didn't leave office. But no, I didn't want to pardon, and I didn't want to pardon myself. I had the option to pardon myself.
And you don't want one now? You're not going to pardon yourself now?
What do I need one for? First of all, I've won almost all of the cases.
What if President
Biden... And the ones that I didn't win are on...
I bet you Biden throws a pardon in for himself. How much y'all want to bet? How much y'all want to bet before January 20th, Biden throws in a pardon for himself and make up some bullshit excuse for it? I smell it. I smell it like it's coming.
Resuscitation.
What if President Biden offered you a pardon? Would you accept it?
No.
I've never even thought about it. I don't think he'll do it.
No, he ain't.
Look, if he did, he's the one that started this whole thing. He got the Justice Department to go after me. And the state cases are all being run by the Justice Department, which is illegal. They had their people from the Justice Department work for Alvin Bragg in order to get something going. They worked for Letitia James in the state. He had his people go from the federal government and take lesser jobs in the state in order to get Donald.
And you know he denies he had anything to do with it.
No, you can't deny it. You know why?
Yeah.
Because they were there. Wait a minute. Wait. You know, you have a tendency to sort of like slough over things. You just made a statement.
What's going on, Randy?
The top, maybe the third or second or third person, left the federal government, the DOJ, and went to work for Letitia James. And then, after they got that one started, went to work for the DA.
Let me ask you about some of this new reporting. NBC News is reporting that President Biden is considering giving preemptive pardons to the likes of Liz Cheney, Adam Schiff, and Anthony Fauci. If President Biden...
What the hell is Anthony Fauci need a pardon for? Oh, everybody's so scared. Everybody is scared.
Biden doesn't issue those pardons, do you think they are going to wish that he had? Are they going to be pursued?
I can tell you this about Cheney, and she's a so-called Republican. I think she hurt the Democrats terribly. When I saw that,
all right, y'all.
Kamala,
So that's I'm gonna have to probably react to that on another day. But I'm gonna switch to my next segment. But that was pretty dope. So